Today in class we discussed two techniques working with text in Illustrator, one being wrapped text and the other being threaded text. Let's go over how to do that. First things first is you're going to definitely need your text tool, your type tool. You're going to select it, and for these activities you're going to want area type, which just means you click and drag when you have your tool selected so you have an area or a box to put your type in. Your type box will be filled with dummy Latin text. Okay, I have some lyrics already pasted to show you here for an example. Now, what I have in this box is way too many words, and I can tell not all the words are showing because the bottom has this little red plus sign. That means there's extra words not visible. And that's where threaded text really comes in handy because you can make multiple columns of text to make your text fit a little better. So, to add threaded text, all I have to do is click on the little red square. My mouse will change the cursor, and I will have a new cursor with a little black arrow and some lines. To thread your text, you simply click somewhere else on your artboard. Automatically, a new text box will be connected to your first text box. So this text box and this text box are related. They will influence each other. For example, if I make this a little longer, the words in this text box will go up to fit in here. And this will allow me to fit a lot of words in multiple columns. And you'll see that it's connected with these big lines kind of showing through. Now that I have all this threaded text, it's still live text, so I can highlight it, I can make things bold, I can use my character panel, whatever the case may be. Now let's talk about wrap text. Wrap text is when you have an image interacting with your type, where it's kind of being pushed around and it's pushing your type out of the way. So I want this record to be here. So first thing to know about wrap text is the image has to be on top. So the order of your objects matter. Select your shape, make sure you go to Object Arrange and your object is on the front. Okay? This goes for any vector you create in the program. To wrap text, you have to select both the text and the image. So that's what I'm doing here. Then I'm going to go up to Object, Text Wrap, Make. What that's going to do, it's going to give me, I'm going to zoom in here, this area around my shape that's kind of pushing the words around. And I can move my shape anywhere, and you see how it automatically interacts with my words. Right? Sometimes you want more space, like maybe I want more space between the image and the words, and I can go back to Object, Text Wrap, but this time hit Text Wrap Options. And I can make the space, it's called the offset, larger, so it pushes the words a little further away, or closer if I want it to kind of get a little closer to the record. So text wraps and threading text are really beneficial. We're going to practice it today for our activity. I've given you a lot of little elements. So for the first part of your check for understanding, you're going to add some threaded text and wrap text. To do that, I've already given you the text in the picture. All you have to do is select your text, click on that little red box in the bottom, and thread your text to another line. You can have 2 to 3 columns. You might need to make your boxes a little larger, and that's okay. I've given you a lot of space to get creative here. And then once you have that, right, no more extra type. It's all fitting in the box. I'm going to take this palm tree and I'm going to bring it to the front because I want to wrap the poem around the palm tree. So I'm going to go to Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. Then I can select both the palm tree and the type, go to Object, Text Wrap, Make. Okay, and now they're interacting with each other and you can kind of control. If I don't feel like the words are close enough or they're too close, I can go back to Text Wrap and just make my spacing a little larger. That's for your first part, your check for understanding. The second part, you get a little bit of freedom in your creativity. What I'd like you to do is create a design using your favorite poem or lyrics from a song, as long as they're clean, and 1 or 2 of these images provided. Your poster has to contain the lyrics or poem, one or 2 of the vectors provided here, and threaded or wrapped text or both. So I showed you in the example here, I threaded my text to be 3 columns and I put 2 pictures and I wrapped them so the text went around. When you're going to make your text, a reminder that you should use an area text. You should choose a font you really like and really think about the orientation and how it makes sense with the images I provided. You are also allowed to change the color of these. They are live. They are grouped, so I would recommend ungrouping them before you change the color. Get creative, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.